businesses, how they start, strive, grow, and prepare for the future. But this week, as we have done at times, we look at how they integrate in the economy. This evening, we look at the interaction of small businesses with financial institutions, in the words of the CEO of the Sagicor Group, Richard Bowles, who was delivering a message late last week on the progress of the economy under the IMF deal so far, when the issue turned to the question of financing businesses as a backbone of an economy, starting first with the growth in lending to the private sector.
When you look on the credit growth general for the economy, you can see that the private sector in general is investing more and more. Does that mean that everybody who goes to the bank for a loan will get it or has received it? No. Banks have to make a judgment about which loans they think is safe and good and will repay them their capital.
He said some of those applicants who don't get approval would have if the financial institutions had more money to lend.
Banks have generally said that they don't have sufficient Jamaican dollars to make the loans, and a lot of the loans are being made in US dollars. So that is an issue that the monetary authorities and the banks need to sort through. And I'm not putting blame on one or the other. I'm just saying that these are the facts, and when you look in the TVJ data, you see it.
But that is not the only consideration. He said the state of the domestic economy also plays a part in the decision to lend to small businesses.
Generally, people who want to invest and be in business, it's not focused as much on the global marketplace as it is on the domestic economy. And the domestic economy can't take all of that investment without there being a high level of risk. And I think that banks look on it and say, maybe that risk is too high for me.
He says even though credit is growing, it may be biased towards businesses which interact with the global economy. He said that means it is not just the issue of data keeping and other issues small businesses have which influence a bank's decision to lend the money to them.
Over and beyond that is, do banks believe that the domestic economy is sufficiently robust and growing at the pace to be able to support these new investments?
This then raises the chicken or the egg conundrum. Do investments drive growth, or does growth drive investment? And like the chicken and the egg, it's anyone's call which comes first. That's the Business Review. I'm Dwayne Burbick. Good evening.